All right, man. Let's get this one, bro. Yeah. So I was thinking today about stress, right? And stress is a very normal thing when it comes on to like when you're chasing your goals or like striving to accomplish something bigger than yourself, something bigger than just like paying bills and so forth, right? It's like the stress that come with that is like you can't fathom it, and it comes in like a way. Sometimes it comes like normal. Let me put my phone on silent. Sometimes it comes like very normal, and then sometimes it comes very high intense, and sometimes it comes low intense, right? And what I tend to realize that the better I get dealing with stress and the the more tolerance I build up with stress is like the better I start adapting to my situations, right? Like you when you start a business, you go days without seeing a client. You go days without seeing a qualifying lead, right? That can actually purchase your package that you have to sell, your service or your product, right? And not even talking about trying to get the leads, because now you have to put yourself out there and try to like talk to new people, see who's friends with who, and then try to get referrals, try to do free work just to get your name out there and stuff like that, right? But I don't think any work should be for free, especially when you're in a survival mode, because you don't have enough free work to go around because you have bills to pay, right? So that's something that you'd have to like, when you're in survival mode, you have to like try to charge it cheap but not for free, because you have to get something. You need gas money, you need at least light bill, you need haircuts, right? Because it might not look like a big deal, but grooming and self esteem and like self hygiene, all of that plays a big role in like when you're doing business, because people don't think of yourself like a business, right? Like a plaza. People are not gonna go on a dirty plaza. They need a nice plaza that's welcoming with colorful signs and like stuff like that, right? They're not just gonna come buy from you when you look like you're not even selling anything. So why would they trust you, right? So it's like the halo effect. You have to like retailer the way you conduct business, conduct yourself, talking to people and stuff like that, and like put it in a more seductive way and make that pretty privilege work for you, that halo effect, right? Because the halo effect is simple as it's simple mean that pretty, like there's a study done that pretty people tend to get higher pay, more friends, and they just ultimately go through life way easier, right? And that's basically what the halo effect is, right? So I'm not saying y'all need to be Barbie and Prince Charming to like get the halo effect to work for you, no. But you need to be grooming. Your car need to be clean. You understand the way you talk, the way you have to use proper language. You have to learn how to speak to people and make what you sound expensive. You have to say that you, instead of saying you're selling like an iPhone 11, right? Don't talk about the phone itself. You have to talk about like you're selling them a device where they can contact your family. Make it sound more seductive to buy, right? Sell the effect of the product and stuff like that. So you have to like learn to conduct yourself like that. And that's what I mean, like use the halo effect to your advantage, right? Because that's a lot of people don't know how to do it, right? A lot of people don't know how to do it, because that like perception is like half the game when you're like doing business, right? Because in the market is very saturated. There's so many people selling the same product and service that you're selling. Like remember, there's nothing new underneath the sun, right? Ecclesiastes. There's nothing new underneath the sun. So whatever you have, a lot of persons have it. A lot of people have it. So what you need to do to stand out, not even stand out, you need to like leave the whole game together, right? And basically, all you're gonna do that you're gonna create a undeniable offer, right? You need to create an offer that I would be stupid to refuse that offer, right? See, Alright, give me a second. Yeah, so create an offer that I would be stupid to refuse, right? I was talking to a client, man, and they're trying to back me into a corner, you know what I mean? And they're like, you know what? Are you in or out? I was like, no, 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 no. Are you in or out? I know the value of what I have, right? The thing is, bro, like, you have to stand on what you believe. You have to when you create a product, a lot of people are gonna like try to go around it, because when you create an undeniable product, this is the downfall of it, right? People think that you don't know what you're creating, right? And that's actually bad, because when they think that you don't know what you're creating, they try to say, okay, so he create this good product. No one is creating a product like his. So what? And he's undervaluing it by charging less, right? So they're like, oh, so he doesn't know what he has. He doesn't know what he's selling. So let's try to get lower and lower. So let's say, for example, I sell a whole branding package, bro. Like, I'll give you like 50 to 60 videos for the month, and I'll charge you like $1,200 or $1,300. And people think that, oh, he doesn't know how much he's charging because he doesn't understand that what he has is truly valuable, right? There's no videographer in the world is going to give you at least 60 videos, right? For $1,300. $1,300, they probably will give you 2 videos for the whole month, right? So you can see right there, I already create like a package that they can't refuse. But don't worry, I have a system in place that's going to take care of all the most of the workload that's going to help me to create the videos. And you understand, because that's part of the game. Part of the game is creating the system. A lot of people don't create systems, right, to take away the workload. So when they hear stuff like this, they think it's like very difficult, and it's going to like spend like months and days to like get these videos out. But no, I can do these things like in 2 days type stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I have the ability right now to show you how to make 15 videos in 1 day, and by the second day you already edit them, right? And by the third day you start scheduling them to post, right? Because you have to create an undeniable offer. When people see the way you talk about your stuff, they're gonna understand that you know what you're talking about. Because when you're starting off, create the undeniable offer. But when you start growing up, like when you start going up, and like, let's say, cause this is the thing, right? Don't try to get rich off one client. Try to get rich off one client. You need to get the one client over here, right? Get this client to pay you 1 monthly retainer, and then this one paying you another monthly retainer. So these 2 clients in whole is paying your bill, right? So any new client that come in, you only need 1 more client. The new client that's gonna come in, you're gonna use that person to give him like a cheap package like this, right? Just give you extra money to buy equipment, to pay for gas. You know what I mean? And then the fourth, like that's 3, right? So the 4th client would be like very expensive client. You get what I'm saying? So at least you know when the expensive client come in, they're gonna come in with aggressive negotiation, because they're more expensive. They're the ones spending most of the money anyway, right? So basically, those clients are gonna be a little bit more difficult to deal with, because for them to like invest that money, they have to have that money, and they have to earn that money. So they have to be in business to earn that money. So they're business savvy already. So those are the type of people that you have to like really be prepared for, right? These guys right here, these are the normal guys. These are the guys that you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna sell you a $600 package. You're gonna get like 8 to 10 videos per month, 2 to 3 per week, right? That's a really good package right there, right? But the high-end guy, you're gonna give him the same. But that's the thing, though. Most likely, the high-end guy, you're gonna give him the same package, right? That's in most cases, you're gonna give them the same package. But the reason I give these guys for so cheap, right? One, you're gonna do your best work possible, but in most cases, it's gonna be low effort. You know what I mean? But it's still gonna be good videos, right? But and these guys over here, you're gonna prioritize them a little bit more because they're more expensive. They want to get the job done real good, right? But you're gonna get these guys to seal the deal to pay off bills, and these gonna be like the small guys who can only afford $600 a month, if that makes sense, right? You get enough where you start giving them low volume work, but there is work that they're not gonna get out of anywhere else, right? And when you start working with these guys, you get enough of these guys to cover your bills, your household bills, your business bills, and so forth. Then you start going for the big guys. So now that's safe. Now you're safe. Now you're going for the big guys. Now you get to charge more. But these guys are gonna negotiate a lot with you. So these guys are gonna like get ready for these guys in the sense that, you know what? Whenever whenever you're talking to these guys, you have to talk in a different manner, right? So, but don't get banzulu or whatever. Don't get like confused. Don't get like when you see, don't succumb to fear. Like when they talk to you, don't feel inferior because you're the one with the winning product. They're trying to push you out of it. They know that it's a winning product. All right, and sometimes it's gonna feel bad because when you're negotiating, they're gonna be like, you're missing a deal, bro," and then they're trying to walk away from the table, right? But you have to stand on guard and be like, "Listen, I'm walking away as well." So it doesn't really matter who walk away, you know. I know what I got, you know what I have, you know. So we'll come back to this later, right? So yeah. So that's a way I would like start over my business. Like that's how you start a business, like not start a business, but that's a good way when you're like a freelancer and you're in the videography space. That's a cool idea. That's a cool framework you can take. I'm not saying I'm the best business person out there. I'm totally not. I'm stressing right now. You understand? But as I said, like stress is like the cornerstone of who I am because each time I'm stressing is like I'm building callous, I'm building tolerance for stress, right? And I don't know who said that. I think it's Andrew Tate, but he said like the difference between the rich and the poor is stress tolerance. And now I understand what he means because most people will quit, right? Oh, and there's another quote as well. This quote say, "Winners win at the line that losers quit," right? So most people start feeling stressed, right? And then they quit. But if you keep going, where they quit, that's where you live. You live at the stress zone. You're constantly under stress. Your mom needed to help her to pay the bills. You need to carry your load, and and at the same time, you have to still carry like a smiling face. You know, you can't show that you're under pressure because if you see your kid under pressure, don't you want to help them? You say, no, that's a bad business, right? So you don't want people to see that you're under pressure because they're going to think that you're in something bad and you shouldn't do it because you're under pressure, right? So, because most people, like society, they're skewed when it comes on to like stress. Stress is not a bad thing. Stress is actually a good thing, right? So with that, the next thing is like, matter of fact, I don't want to stop talking about that part because most people like complain. You ever hear people like to complain about, oh, life is hard or whatever they're going through? Is like, I mean, why are you complaining? If you're a strong person, well, most people are not strong. Let's just say that, right? But if you're a strong person, would you truly complain that life is hard? You accept the fact that life is hard. And you would kind of yearn for it because if it was easy, then everyone would be achieving it. Like, I'm so happy that this is hard, right? Because I know that when I truly make it, I'm gonna be making it into something that's worthwhile. You get what I'm saying? So that's one thing I'm grateful for. That's one thing I'm grateful for, man. But Otherwise, Shonda, man, I'm just chilling, man. Cause right now, like survival mode, man. Like we all, bro, you need to master survival mode because survival mode gonna split you the difference between the people who's gonna strive and the people who's gonna go back. Because if you're stuck in survival mode for too long, your vision just gets skewed, and it take a very skilled person to keep a narrow mind. Like have faith. Like see your like listen listen. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. It take a very strong person, right? It take a very strong person to when you're in survival mode for so long and your vision gets skewed, right? It's almost like you can't see where you're going anymore, but you know that you're going somewhere because you start off on the journey. You can't see the sides, you can't see the other side. There's total darkness. This is where faith comes in. You have to have faith, not only in yourself, but in the journey that imagine you're walking down a road. You have to have faith that each time you step, even though you can see, there's a road underneath your feet. You have to like, I'm not saying have faith in the sense that, oh, it might be there. You have to be like, you have to like have faith like it's a guarantee. You have to be arrogant. Like you have to be delusional. You have to be really delusional. You have to be like, listen, it's there. 100% guarantee. Right? Even the Bible says, pray and we say pray and imagine that your prayers have been answered. Let me see what it said. I'm searching it up right now. Bible quote that say pray and act as if your prayer has been answered. I'm using ChatGPT. Okay, good. So this is the Bible verse, right? The Bible verse said, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Again, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours, right? So even though I know I don't got $1 million, I have to believe that I already have $1 million. It's a weird phenomenon, right? I have to believe that I already receive it and it will be mine, right? So what that means, I have to believe that the road is in front of me, even though I'm stepping in total darkness, and it will be there, right? I have to believe I am the person that I need to become, and I will be it, right? So it's like most people is like, oh, I got to see it to believe it. No, dumbass, you need to believe it to see it. Man, I'm trying to educate this world, man, but I don't think my voice matters, but it's not reaching a lot of people. But I don't think I should be reaching a lot of people yet, but I believe I should. But so I know I'm going to, because I'm going to find a way. Like the universe, God has put a way in my hand. I know to run ads. I know to grab my stuff from here and put it right here in other people's faces. I know how to take a post, right, and guarantee 10K views. That's what I do for my clients, bro. Like, I'm a genius now, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all the stuff that I wanted from me, I can do for other people. And that's the next thing. Never you purchase something from someone who never done it for themselves. That's a recipe for disaster. You understand what I'm saying? If someone can do something for themselves, don't even like try to purchase that thing from them. Right? Don't take no advice from them. Like, you ever seen a fat fitness trainer? Yeah, like they're the worst. They want to teach you to lose weight, bro, but they're fat as hell. They can't even like control themselves on a diet or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't just walk away from a cupcake. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some like this world is so skewed, man. Like, you have people out here trying to like, I guess the real problem comes down to vices and comfort, right? Because everyone trying to be comfortable, right? No one want to be hard and like at least try to be an extremist, right? Like try to be extreme, you know what? Like no one want to be great anymore. It's just hard to like we just live in a pool of like a bunch of losers, right? Everyone trying to fit in. There's no one unique anymore, right? Everyone want to get a BBL and they have a big stomach. Like when does like all these people are like both male and female, why when does like covering up your flaws in cool clothing or makeup and stuff like that is translate as effort? Where like where's your 10,000 hours? What did you dedicate yourself in? What skill do you bring to the marketplace? Like like how valuable are you? Like what make you valuable? It's like it's very concerning how some people are not valuable. Like you look at someone and be like, in today's age, right, with social media and all of that, right? What can you do for someone and it's true and it will impact your life dramatically, like can potentially give them funding to buy a grocery for them kids. Like what can you do of value for someone and they can truly say thank you in the most grateful way, right? Right. Most people can't even answer that question because they have nothing to offer to people. Right? They have nothing to offer to the marketplace but their time. Oh, they can go find a job, right? Oh, and they can sell their time because you don't understand. Like, listen, we sell our time every day, but you see, like when people go to a job, they don't actually sell not only their time, they don't get paid for their time. If they get paid for the time, they could stay home and get paid. They get paid for the effort, and the effort that they're putting in their job is minimal. That's why when you start a business, the effort is not minimal anymore because you're bringing such a tremendous value to that person, right? Let's say you have a CEO, and let's say you have a worker that make pencils, right? The guy who's making pencils is getting $10 an hour, right? But it's not because of his time, right? People get this thing skewed, right? It's not because of his time, but he's getting $10 an hour to make pencils, shape them up, and put them in a box and like send them down so someone else can put them in another box and like ship them, right? The business owner is not doing anything, but he's getting the most money. You know why? Because he's taking the more risk. It's all about risk. Like this guy, if he lose this job today, he can go and go find another job. This guy, if he lose his company, shit. This guy, if he loses his company, he's going into bankruptcy. He's taking on way more risk than this guy who's just shaving pencil. Do you understand what I'm saying? So risk play a big role. Like the manager take on more risk than the employee. And I'll tell you this too, like I used to work at Publix, man, and like I used to hear managers like brag, hey, I've been working there for 24 years. Like, what were you doing with your life? 24 years at Publix supermarket, bro? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when did like people dedicate them life to like something like a supermarket is something to brag about? Like that's not even like, I don't know how to say it, bro, but I'm just gonna say it. Like, you see that you have no ambition, bro. That's not strong. That's not a mentally strong person. You know what I mean? Like, they be like, I've been on this job for 10 years, 15, 20 years. Like, what the hell you at that job for 20 years? You know what you could have built for yourself and your family and your whole generation in 20 years? Oh man, boy. They'd be like, oh, they've been doing this for 20 years. That shit doesn't even make sense to me, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't fly. That's not strong. That's just someone who's complacent and weak, comfortable, who's looking for comfort and know that, you know what, security. Like, hey, I got this job, so, you know, I'm in a good position, you know. I don't want to rock the boat because, you know, it's comfortable. I don't know what's going to happen if I start a business. Maybe I fail. But that's the point. Maybe you do fail. But when you fail, you learn. When you fail, you learn. Because if you if you're trying your best, you can never fail. That's number one. Because people hit a roadblock. Like, imagine you walking in a maze. Are you trying to find yourself or find your way around the maze? When you walk through a wall, right? When you walk to a wall, right? Is that you failing? No, that's just you reaching a roadblock. No, you just need to redirect, right? That's the same thing with business and life. Like, you can't fail unless you stop and quit and go away. Like, the moment you hit a roadblock, just walk around the block. You don't fail. You hit a roadblock. There's a difference. Like, so people are just so dramatic, man. You know what I'm saying? People are so dramatic. What time is it? It's 9:28. So I think we've been talking for a while. So I'll just leave this up for the rest. I'll edit the rest after I go home and get this content done, man. But yeah, with that said, man, like, don't be complacent, bro. You know me, my content are very authentic, and like, what you see is what you get. There's no too much editing and stuff for it. Even though I'm trying to do something a little bit new by putting a little bit more flair into it, you know, because as I said, if someone can do it for themselves, don't let them do it for you. And if I can't do it for myself, I can't do it for my client. You know what I mean? So with that said, bro, let's get it, bro.